entire world will know my name.
Welcome back, everyone. We are the Critics Collective. I am Legacy Lingo, and I have the Not So Super Fan here with me. And we want to thank you guys for tuning in to this review of Magazine Dreams, starring Jonathan Majors. We're going to give you a spoiler-free review of this. I'm excited to talk about it. But before we do that, we want to thank everybody that has been rocking with us and promoting this channel. If you're new to us and you like what we're doing, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up button on this video, turn on the alerts, and join the collective community. All right, so we're here to review Magazine Dreams starring Jonathan Majors. The IMDb synopsis has it as: an amateur bodybuilder battles both the limits of his physical body and his own inner demons to gain recognition. Manny, talk to me, sir. Your initial impression when you found out about this movie, how'd you feel?
Well, when I found out about the movie was way back when Jonathan Major was in his Marvel era. I kind of thought that was since he was being pushed up there by Marvel and everybody else, that was like the film that was gonna catapult him with the Oscar.
Right.
Then the whole thing happened, and boom, they just shelved it.
Mhm.
Then
Yeah.
more recently they brought it back, and I was like, okay, all right, maybe I'll check it out. Even though I was still reserved after the audio came out,
Mhm.
but I went ahead and gave it a chance to, you know, as far as Jonathan Major. When I saw the trailer, first impression, I was like, all right, it looks like one of those films that's gonna be real good, because of his acting.
I got you. Yeah, I have to say the same. When I found out about it, it was when he was growing and headed to new heights with his Marvel activity, and I was actually looking forward to it. I was like, okay, this a lot of the actors when they get into certain genres, they wait too late to try and show you that they can do more. Now, Jonathan Majors has been doing things at different levels of acting long before, but he hasn't been on a platform that all this many eyes have been on him. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, this is going to be something that's going to show a lot of acting. It's going to be one of those stories, so he can really show you like, hey, I can be everywhere all at once. You know what I mean? So I was excited to see it. Yeah, and then of course when things went the way they went, I was actually worried that we would just never get to see it. I didn't think it was going to drop it off. So, that was my initial impression. Then my impression when they were saying that it was still going to be released, I was like, okay, I'm excited. We could still possibly get something out of this. So that's where I was at. Now, go ahead and let me know how you feel about it. Highs and lows.
Tell you the truth, I didn't have much. Well, I didn't have much low as far as this film goes.
Okay.
But after watching it was like, damn, the acting was really good, and I thought my head kept going back to the his situation that hit the whole news. Like, damn, is it Jonathan Majors acting, or this is him?
Mm,
That's how good I thought his acting was.
wow.
But as far as the character, the movie goes, it's like as far as the synopsis go, him trying to be a bodybuilder and everything, but it seems like he kept getting himself in situations, and he was just making it worse and worse for himself. You
Right.
know, I don't want to spoil much, but the one scene I really like was that one scene he's having the conversation with the contractor, and he's like, are you in the shop right now?" I was like, "Oh shit!" And he went over. Okay, yeah, small fucking crazy. Then you go into all the relationship, his infatuation with that one guy he idolized, and
Right.
I don't know. It's like you want to go into detail, but it would spoil so much of the
It
movie.
would. It would.
But he just kept doing things after things just to make things work for him. But it just Jonathan Majors alone is acting. Unfortunately, it would be a lot of word of mouth for people to watch this movie.
Right.
But the acting was great. It's not a movie that I would say I can watch again. It's kind of hard, especially with the message. And after hearing some of his interviews of what he went through as far as abuse and all that, and seeing this, it's like, it doesn't put you in the great ending type of
Right.
type. But again, it was great acting, and I truly believe if whatever happened to him and that woman, unfortunately, it didn't happen, he would have been definitely nominated for Oscar.
Man, I hear, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. For me, I'm like you. I don't have many lows, so I'm gonna start with my lows and then bring it up to my highs. This movie was very very hard to watch, but lows, as far as lows, I was bothered by the lack of consequences for some of his actions. Not trying to spoil anything, but I felt like it was weird after that one scene that you mentioned, the way it developed and the way it ended. The way it developed and the way it ended, it was very weird for me. There wasn't the bigger consequences from that. I mean, there was some backlash that came later, and I get it. After it happened, I was like, oh, okay, they wanted it to go this way, but I felt like there was some weak writing in those situations. It wasn't really realistic, and it kind of bothered me, but not enough to take me out of the movie. I was just like, oh, come on, like this. But then, it is what it is. Another low for me is that I really wanted to feel bad for him, but it was hard. His obsession with this industry was so overwhelming. And for every moment that he won me over, shortly after that there was a moment or an action that made me just not like him.
Yeah, he's
You
not a
know?
good person.
Right. He's not a good person. It made it very hard to watch. But that's also a high for me. I'm going to get into my highs because this was a very strong performance by Jonathan Majors. He truly made me believe that Killian Maddox was a troubled individual, and I most certainly believed the pain that he was in. And it was just it just had me, the emotions that it had me going through of not liking him and being pissed at how he was going about things, and then the decisions he's making. The reactions that it was giving me was because his acting was so good, not because it was written bad or the directing was bad. It was just like he was really selling me on this tunnel vision type person. You know what I'm saying? That's really just hyper focused on being succeeding in this industry. So the acting was top notch. Another high for me was the fact that they did a very good job of by the time the movie ended, it was a balance. You could tell that this character really wanted to be a good guy, and he wanted nothing more but than to have success in this industry. But he just wasn't capable of recognizing or navigating the social aspect of things, and that completely derailed him. And then he also wasn't able to recognize or seeing the harm he was doing to himself. And I'll leave it at that with no spoilers. But it was like he's able to determine right from wrong, but only to a certain degree. So you're mad at him and you don't like him because he knows right from wrong on some levels, but then there's also some levels where you can tell he's struggling recognizing right from wrong. And I was like, man, they really delivered on this thing, and I was really into it, even though it was hard to watch. I like I said, I don't know if I'll be able to sit through it again, but I probably will because I want more people to watch this, and I will sit through it with them. But my last high was that the story, it took a very interesting turn. There was a couple of moments when I just 1,000% knew where the story was going. I was like, oh, there's gonna be one of those type of movies. Okay, here we go. All right, let's do it. And then when it took the turn it did, and the story came together as it did, I was pleasantly surprised. I'm not gonna lie, I even got emotional, like literally fighting tears at the end, feeling bad, and then also still feeling angry at this character, but feeling bad for this character. And I was just like, man, this is a powerful performance. And it's just like you said, if the situation that wouldn't have come about, I believe more people would have put eyes on this. It would have been on more screens. There would have been a lot more talks about his performance, because this was a really, really good movie. All the negatives you got from it was because of how well it was executed. You know what I mean? That's sad.
Yeah, unfortunately. It's probably gonna be up there. Most likely, I truly believe once this movie's out, probably hit the streaming services, that you'll probably get another push around.
I agree.
Notice, but I think he won't get that nomination at all. But
nah, They won't touch it. They won't touch it.
No.
You know, you gotta be a different skin color to get that second chance. But anyway, that's a different show. All right, so let's go ahead and rate this thing. I'm interested to see where you're gonna place it in true Critics Collective fashion. We have accolades from 0 to 5. 5 accolades being excellent, must watch, highly recommended for all viewers. 4 accolades, good, worth watching, but has notable flaws. 3 accolades, average, some enjoyable moments, but lack significant impact. 2 accolades, below average, some redeeming qualities, but generally disappointing. 1 accolade, poor quality, not recommended, or 0 accolades, horrible, absolute trash. All right, Manny, the not so super fan. How many accolades are you giving this one?
You know, I was gonna give it 5, but just the minor thing, you brought it up, and it kind of hit me, and I realized I had that issue after watching the movie. Was that there was no type of consequences for the character. That was my own thing. That's the only reason I don't give it 5. But other than that, 4.
Yeah, right. I'm right there with you. I left there in that first moment thinking I wanted to give it a 5, but the little things about there wasn't no real true consequences for his actions. You know,
it felt very like it kind of took away from the realistic aspect of the whole story. In the real world, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, in the real world, it would have been a lot to work through with some of those decisions that was made. Even towards the end when things were taking the turn for the direction it did. I don't want to spoil, but it would still been a lot more layers to that because it's
that ending. I was like, oh, is he gonna?
Man, I can't wait till people watch this. So. The Not So Super Fan gives it a 4. I give it a 4. I recommend everybody give this a shot. It is on limited screens right now, but you can find it in theaters. And if you wait till it comes on streaming, that's fine. Whenever you do watch it, get back in these comments. Let's have a conversation about it. Let us know what you thought about the acting. Let us know what you thought about the story itself. And then if you want to talk about how you feel about Jonathan Majors in his future, we can have that discussion as well. All right. And man, this movie was good, and I'm just looking forward to more people getting some eyes on it. Okay, so we want to thank you guys again for joining us. And if you like what we're doing, please go ahead and support this channel. Every little bit of movement helps. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and turn on the alerts so you guys can join the collective community. All right, we are the Critics Collective. I'm Legacy Lingo, and I got Manny, the Not So Super Fan, here with me, and we will see you guys on the next one.